In this video, we're going to be going over what is the best class setup for the new ARMAGUERRA-43 SMG that's added into Warzone with the new reloaded update. If you do enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 50k subscribers. Click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our second channel. But before we actually get into the best class setup, I do want to quickly let you know that we will be making a stats comparison breakdown showing you the TTKs of this SMG and comparing it to the SMGs that are currently inside Warzone. We're working on a spreadsheet at the moment because we do need to work out all the TTKs with 300 HP now that they've added that into pretty much every single game mode, more or less. So now we're going to show you a class setup with the ARMAGUERRA-43, and it's a good build that you can use, and obviously you want to unlock as many attachments for this as possible. You could have unlocked the attachments yesterday because this did drop in Vanguard early. However, if you still need to unlock this, you need to get 10 hipfire kills in 15 different matches. Now you can quit out if you're doing this inside Caldera Clash, which is where I'd recommend doing this. So you need a quick one SMG, make sure it's a good hipfire build, and just go on to Caldera Clash, get your 10 hipfire kills, leave the game, and then start all over again. That's the quickest way to unlock this weapon. Then when it comes to the class setup that we've got right here, you want to use the Vargo assault rifle. Now the Vargo blueprint has been fixed. I do want to quickly mention that as well. So you can use this Vargo blueprint now if you paid for it. And this is the meta build for the Vargo, of course. And it did take a little bit of a nerf, but it's still a solid gun to use at long range because it still has a pretty solid TTK and recoil control. So you want to use the GRU suppressor, the task force barrel, the axial 3x optic, the 60 round mags, and the Spetsnaz grip. You could also use the Bren because the Bren never even got touched with this most recent update. If you want to see all the patch notes, you could check out our previous video. I'll leave that linked at the end of this one. But now let's get on to the ARMAGUERRA-43, which is what you're here for. Now the build that I'm using right now is the build that I currently enjoy using. Now this might change once we get to find out what the proper exact meta build for this weapon is, but for the most part I do think I've got it pretty much spot on. Now the recoil booster is an absolute must on any SMG, especially if you're using it for close range. The good thing about this SMG is that if you do unlock some of the later barrels, you do get very good recoil control, and it works out being a very good sniper support weapon because it has super low recoil as well. Now I would choose this barrel right here, which gives you faster aim down sight time and better sprint to fire speeds, but it cons your recoil and bullet velocity way too much, so you'd rather use no barrel at all for this, in my opinion. But it's up to yourself, personal preference there. I would not recommend going for this one here, which is the Perfecto. The 180mm short is okay as an option, but I don't really want to con the recoil too much, in my opinion. But if you do want to use this as a sniper support, then the 550mm barrel, in my opinion, will be the best option because it's going to give you the best possible recoil control. Then when it comes to optic, we are using the iron sights or any of the iron sights that you can unlock as quickly as possible. Stock, the first or the second stock will be the best option. If you need the better recoil control, the second stock is a solid option, but if you want the movement speeds, then the folding stock will be better. Vital is an absolute must, especially if you do have it available for certain weapons, you need to use it. Perk 2, you do want to use quick for the faster movement speeds. Then when it comes to the rear grip, the fabric grip is probably the best option for most SMGs, that or the grooved grip because it gives you better strafing speeds. So it's personal preference on that one, but I like the fabric grip in the case of the ARMAGUERRA. When it comes to magazine, you've got two solid options here. You've actually got the 42 round fast mags, which is actually good enough, and it allows you to reload quicker with no cons. Or the 60 round mags is also a solid option as well. Now you do have the 72 round mag option, but keep in mind any damage mags usually give you a slower TTK, so you're probably almost always better off with the 42 round mags or the 60 round mags. But I like the 42 because a faster reload is definitely a good way to go. Then when it comes to ammunition, keep in mind hollow point has been nerfed to the point where it reduces your damage range by 20%, and that is quite a lot, to be honest, to get a little bit extra TTK out of the weapon. Now it depends on how good the range of the weapon is to begin with, and obviously we'll take a look at that when we try and calculate some stats for this gun. But for now, I don't really recommend hollow point. Subsonic also reduces your bullet velocity. Now, it might be a solid option to go with subsonic, but to be honest, you can't really go wrong with lengthened here anyway. So extra bullet velocity is always good, or you can choose FMJ. And then the Carver foregrip or the Skeletal underbarrel, or even, to be fair, the pistol SME grip will be good as well. But I'm using the Carver foregrip right now. And that is probably one of the best builds for the ARMAGUERRA right now. If anything changes, I'll keep you updated with all the stats, and stay tuned for the best SMG video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 50k, subscribe to our second channel, and thank you very much for watching.